got married and after tasting the pudding of the wife, came out and said, where's my wife? Where's my wife? Everybody's sharing the video. That's so. I tap into the anointing of Lord and so you. So I was telling the people that came to pray with me yesterday, if you do not battle through your gate, you remain irrelevant forever. If you do not battle through your gate, some of you, we will tell you fasting is starting. That is when you will find a reason why your own fasting must not start with the church. Now, let me give you 3 keys that I explained on Friday, and let me emphasize it. How did Abraham get to this point where God could even test him? How did he get to the point where God could test him before God would give him a promise that he will possess the gate of his enemy? That's the one I read from verse 1. That time, God was his pastor. First, God came to him where he was with his father and mother and said, come out. God cannot deal with a person that cannot be inconvenienced for him. He cannot. He cannot deal with anybody. I told you 3 keys that are very important, that as we'll engage in prayers, we make your prayers work effectively, effectually. One point, that is Genesis chapter 17. God came to Abraham because Abraham was asking God for so many things. And God said, walk before me and be thou perfect, so that I can make my covenant between me and you. Walk before me and be thou. If you don't walk before me, you complain for the rest of your life. He was asking God, say, Lord, you know, is this Eliezer that is a servant in my house? Will he be the one that will be my heir? I will not have a son. And God said, Abraham, walk before me and be thou perfect. You are making prayers and I will make my covenant between me and you. Number 1 thing in this age, you must have a church where you are churched. Jesus said, I will build my church. The gate of hell will not prevail. So you have 50% assurance that the gate of hell have been dealt with by Jesus when you are a member of a church. He said, I will build my church. He didn't say I will build the world. He said, for God so loved the world. I told you on Friday, you know, that God is merciful to everybody. Because people say, so people who are in the world, why are they getting blessed? You see, there are a number of pharmaceutical companies and medical device companies around there. We have Merit, we have Boston Scientific, we have Medtronic, we have Abbott. You will discover the same number of hours you spend working in Merit is the same number of hours somebody who is working in Boston spends. But you will discover in Boston they earn more money than Merit. But you will discover in Boston they have a set of rules that if you don't adhere to them, you are gone. In Medtronic, because my wife worked there before, in Medtronic, my wife only got late by 30 minutes. We slept off. It was night duty. And I thought I'd wake up, but me, I just tried to sleep because I've been dealing with answer. That time, it was only answer. So I was dealing with answer all day. She went to school. I was tired. As soon as he came, I just said, I want the heater, sleep. She was supposed to start work at 10:30. We woke up 11. Say, hey. We called them, say, sorry. They said, no, not the border. You know the way Irish people speak. No, not the border. Just come. Not the border. And then we went. And I dropped her there. She went. For coming late for 30 minutes, almost a whole day's salary was taken. More than 100 euro was taken. We now wrote to them, they said, that is how we arrange it here. Simple as ABC. Some other places, they couldn't even allow you to come back, to come to them 1 hour. You see, there is a different set of rules that applies to Christians than people who are in the world. There's a different set of rules. That's the reason why a lot of Christians want to play by what worldly people do, and they fail. Let me tell you, when you see a failing Christian, there are things he's doing against the covenant. He does wickedly. Let's see. I'll come back. May the Lord grant us understanding of this word that I'm teaching. May the Lord grant. I know that a lot of us are not engaging the online. Barakada, and I'm teaching all the things that God put in my heart. Daniel chapter number 11. Chapter 11. And verse 32. And it said, such and such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries. Hope upon hope, but lies. But the people that do know their God, they shall be strong and do exploit. Let me read from Amplified Version. And say, and such as violate the covenant, he shall pervert and seduce with flattery. But the people who know their God shall prove themselves strong and shall stand firm and do exploit for God. Can you see? There are protocols to follow once you become a child of God. There are protocols to follow. And once those protocols are not followed, once you violate any of the protocols, you become part of the complainant for the rest of your life. And you see, it's not that maybe humans don't want to follow protocols. It's not that maybe humans don't want to follow the things of God. But what we do not know is that as soon as we get born again, gate of hell stands against. The first thing they say is that you say, you don't know that it's the gate of hell that is talking, because they talk so smooth. You say, you have Jesus Christ in your life right now. You can actually pray to God in your room now, and he will answer you. Just kneel down, and God will answer you. Yes, it is true. But have truth. It is true. And there are people who have lived all their lives like that. No pastor, no church. Jeremiah in the book of the prophet said, I will give you pastor after my heart, who will feed you with knowledge and understanding. Now say, afterwards you will increase and multiply. So as soon as a child of God get born again, evil spirit begin to dilute the person. They do everything to make sure. They say, wow. I remember as soon as I got born again, I picked fight against the church. Because the day I will be born again, I thought that everybody was just getting born again like me. God has been talking to me all the night, so I came in the morning. And I came to the church around 9 a.m. And the church door was not open. The church door was not open. I told myself, are these people serving God or serving themselves? How can the church door not be open at 9 a.m.? I'm not the pastor of the church, don't forget. As soon as I got born again, the devil was already started finessing me. And I went back home. And the devil said, I went back home. The devil did not want me to come back, but I still steer myself up to come back. And I see that the church opened around 10. I did not read the signpost. I was not interested in the signpost. You know, somebody get born again and comes to the church. Immediately begins to pick up errors that people are doing. Look at the way they are singing. Look at the way they dress. Look at the way they are talking. They didn't even welcome anybody. The gate of hell have started speaking. Immediately, the gate of hell just start financing. You say, oh, so if people get born again, are they supposed to be beautiful girls in the church? I've seen somebody before who say, I've given my life to Jesus, but I have a problem with the Bible because Bible is not written by God. I say, how do you mean? He say, if the Bible were written by God, they will not talk about David like that. That's not my David. That's not my King David. My King David is not like, if from Jamaica, I say, my King David is not what they wrote in the Bible. I say, but the Bible is an accurate account of the truth of God and the realities of men. I say, no. The Bible only contains the truth of God. From that time, he has closed his own Bible, looking for another Bible. Are you listening? The first thing God wants a child of God to do, because only you cannot contend with your gate of hell. Only you cannot. Once I chase 1,000, 10 are set to fly 10,000. There's a difference between chasing and setting to flight. That's what a lot of people don't know. If you hear me say yes, you know that's